So that is the photo session that is taking place presently. Look at all our members of the parliament, from the Lok Sabha to the Rajya Sabha, sitting together for one last time. No fighting here, no fireworks, sitting together, some of them standing, of course, as dignified members of the parliament. One final photo session. Remember, each time, either when there is a new government, there are changes, there are often these photo sessions that do take place. And this is with regard to, of course, a record for the history books. But for one last time at the old Parliament building, there is going to be this photograph session, after which they are going to move all of them together to the new Parliament building, which will hereon be called the Parliament of India. Aishwarya, go ahead. So we see all the members of the Parliament sitting together for one final photograph session, and that will be for the history books. It was constructed during the British era, and finally a decision was taken that we need a new parliament that reflects a modern India with modern facilities, with a space that can include the increasing numbers of the members as well, have the facilities that caters to modern times, and that perhaps is reflective of the change too, isn't it?
Well, Pooja, you were speaking about the fact that this is a building, which was given to us by the British. Let me tell you that the design of the building, the circular design, in fact, was given a nod way back in 1921. And it took almost 7 years for the building to be completed, because the inauguration then took place in 1927. So obviously, there is a lot of history behind the old building. And this is exactly what the government and Prime Minister have been speaking about, that now is the need to shed our colonial past and make sure that India marches ahead. And this new building, in fact, one of the most important projects within, the changes that we are seeing in central Delhi. This, of course, was one of the biggest projects. Prime Minister time and again speaking about the fact that this will become the landmark of a new India, India which is ready, India which the world is now saluting.
We're looking at 788 members of the parliament, of the Lok Sabha, the lower house of the parliament, of Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the parliament, standing together. What a proud moment. Remember, this is for our democracy. Yes, it is a noisy parliament. Yes, there are often a lot of commotion, fireworks, and sometimes items thrown at each other too, and that we do call it a low. But this is what is reflective of a democracy. A vibrant democracy where there are all sorts of opinions that are allowed, that take place. That is where our policies are made. The 788 members of the parliament, reflecting their respective constituencies, make our policies. We are in some way dependent on them, on these 788 members who define and decide in which direction should our country be moving forward. And bidding goodbye to the old parliament building, a British colonial era building that has seen us through the independence, through the partition, through many, many decades of developments, changes, highs and lows. And now in 2023, this is the month of September, 19th September, remember this, when the final day of the old parliament building and a dawn of a new era, of a new parliament building on the 19th of September 2023, when the 788 members of the parliament, of the Lok Sabha, of the Rajya Sabha, will be bidding adieu and then marching toward the new parliament building. Of course, we will hope that with the significance of this special session, they will be looking forward not to just better facilities, to better logistics, security, technology, but they will be also looking forward to better political discourse, better decisions, where whether it is the opposition or the members in the ruling party will give us policies and direction that this country can be proud of. That is the photo opportunity session that's taking place. Aishwarya Paliwal gets us the latest on that. Aishwarya, I can't help but, of course, look at how incredible the new parliament building looks like. It looks no less than the United Nations General Assembly. It has all the facilities. And therefore, perhaps likely there wasn't much of an opposition also to the change by the opposition members too.
Well, the opposition members obviously, Pooja, understood the fact that this is a building that we need in times to come. And what better, to make sure that it happens when the government has the full might and the government wants to do it. And over the past many years, there were many complaints in the old building, and especially with regards to making sure that once the number of MPs increases both in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, then the old building was actually ill-equipped to handle all those things. When we also speak about the number of people who come here, that too has been increasing over the years. So keeping all those those things in mind, and also making sure that technology is something that we need to make, we need to embrace. That's what the party and the Prime Minister have been speaking about. Let me tell you, one of the things that will happen in the new building is that there are solar panels, something that Prime Minister has been speaking about, the government has been speaking about, and something that across the world we are speaking about the fact that we need to be eco-friendly. So that's also something which has been incorporated in the new building.